Welcome to Uncle's Channel. Thanks for watching today. And TMNT Splintered Fate is back in the news again, and for mostly positive reasons, but there is one small negative we need to talk about. It's probably going to make a lot of fans of the physical edition of this game probably pretty upset. But they're releasing a brand new DLC, or technically two DLCs, a free DLC and a paid DLC. And surprisingly, the free DLC has the vast majority of the new content, and the paid DLC has the, I'm not going to say it's a small amount of content, but just simply a new character, where the free parts can be like new game modes, new levels, new artifacts, all types of new stuff included in the free mode. So let's go ahead and dive into everything that they announced for today. Now, they did release a new trailer, sort of showcasing all the new features and whatnot, and it's all launching on September 30th, which is the same day as the physical edition of the game coming out. And for the free stuff, you're getting a new arcade mode, new levels, new storyline, new powers and enemies, visual upgrades, as well as balance and tuning of the game as an overall. And so some of that stuff is going to be just basic, bug fixes and whatnot. But there are definitely some huge, big steps for the game here, like the arcade mode, new levels, and new storyline. Now, for the new arcade mode, it's a very quick pick up and play option here. It's not going to really pull away from your core characters, like your upgrades and whatnot. It sounds like most of that's done inside the actual arcade mode itself, because you're journeying through it. At the end of every level break, you get what's called a hex or a flex, or a combined hex and flex, and you have the opportunity to upgrade your character. But that upgrade also comes with a hex or a curse, which is going to make your character a little bit worse in a different area. And so you're having to sort of evaluate how you want to advance your character in a very peculiar way. And I don't know, some players may not like this, but it is going to add more variety to the game and add more diversity to your overall team as you're going through it. And there are going to be more distance attacks as far as with the new upgrade package here, especially with the new DLC character, which is going to be pretty much all distant attack from my understanding here. But as far as journeying through this new arcade mode, I think the most exciting part of it is going to be the 3 new biomes you're going to go through: the spectral sewers, the astral ship, as well as manic metropolis here. And there's also a new what's called a wraith enemy you're going to come across. And for this particular enemy, if I'm going to describe it from the trailer, I'd basically call it like the little octopus creatures from the Matrix movies. At least that's what it looks like to me. Perhaps there's some turtle lore that I don't know about, but it definitely looks like the enemies from the Matrix. Now, also included in the arcade mode, but also from my understanding anyway, just a regular base game as well, is a new power tree here called the Robotics Turtle Power Tree. This ties directly into the new DLC character, who we're just going to go ahead and say it. It's Metalhead. He's very much of a distant, robotics projectile character. So a Robotics Turtle Power Tree makes perfect sense for him. Drone tools you're going to use also makes perfect sense for the Metalhead DLC. Pizza and Peril storyline, a new narrative arc connected to the arcade mode. I suppose it's not like an actual extension to the traditional story. It's just simply a storyline built into the arcade adventure there. And a new artifact, the Posteronic motherboard, if I'm saying that correctly. I could be butchering Posteronic. Let's look up how to say it, because I actually do not know how to say whatever that word is. Is that even a word? Positronic. Oh, good Lord, I should know that. That sounds like a word I should know. Positronic motherboard. If you know what positronic means, you can let me know in the comments down below. Now, they also have some game improvements for the arcade mode as well as the traditional game itself. And it's mostly going to be small bug fixes, but I think the biggest one is going to be sort of like a visual overhaul. And maybe overhaul is like a, I don't know, too big of an emphasis on it. But they're basically taking the graphics of the game and just sort of upping it just a little bit to make it look a little bit more polished and whatnot. I can't say it's a major difference, but if you look at the comparison photos, you can definitely tell which one is before and after the visual upgrade here. So it's not just simply going to be a small frame rate or something like that. Now, when it comes to the paid part of the DLC, you're going to be getting a brand new character called Metalhead. And if you follow the TMNT lore at all, Metalhead's pretty iconic to the franchise in general. And honestly, his representation in the game here looks pretty darn fantastic. I love all the different action that he does here, all the different moves he has, his attacks. I will personally probably get to pay for the extra character here. Obviously, I like free stuff, but I mean, a game that I enjoy, and I enjoy the company as overall, I'll pay the probably $3, $4, $5 to get this brand new character to at least see how he plays inside the game. They've not disappointed me so far, so I have no reason to think Metalhead would be a disappointment. And then you also get, as far as the new artifacts, you get 5 new artifacts as well. And they don't say what the artifacts are going to be as far as the announcements here, but I guess they do want to keep a few things secret when the actual game comes out as surprises for players. But now let's get to the disappointing part, because there are going to be a lot of fans out there who purchased the physical edition or pre-ordered the physical edition, and they're just simply going to be let down by this announcement. Because the physical edition comes out on September 30th, the same day as this new DLC, as well as free upgrades, but the physical edition is going to stop as far as the version-wise goes at Junkyard Jam and Casey Jones. So if you buy the physical edition, you're not going to get these new upgrades. Obviously, you can download them for free, but if you're playing offline, you don't have those upgrades immediately on the physical edition, and you're not going to get the brand new DLC that they're releasing with Metalhead here. And so that is a disappointment, and especially if you get what's called the Piping Hot Edition, I think is what it's called. Or the Super Collector's Edition, you're still getting all the cool little, collectibles and whatnot, but you're not getting the Metalhead DLC, and you're also not going to get the final version of the game on the physical cart itself. And I know a lot of players, held off on buying the actual physical edition of this, or were very excited for it because they felt like the game was finished. They're getting a full finished game on the cartridge or on the disc, and now they're getting a not quite finished product, or not the final product of the game. And who's to say when the game is going to be ultimately finished? I mean, they could still make more updates for it down the road. And so as far as like getting the Ultimate Edition physical, I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if Limited Run Games put out another one after this. But as far as like physical collecting goes, I feel like it is a pretty big letdown, especially since they're releasing this on the exact same day. Perhaps they should have delayed this just a little bit and put like the entire DLC on the physical edition. But overall, I am excited for the new DLC. Like I said, I will pay to get the Metalhead character. I'm excited for the new game modes. I'm excited for the arcade. And I'll probably do a review for all that on the channel as well, because it sounds like a lot of different mix-ups as far as the new gameplay goes. Now, I personally did not pre-order a physical copy of the game because I'd already purchased it digitally, and I'm not a big fan of like double dipping. If I already have the digital version, unless I just like truly adore the game, and it's like perfect 10 out of 10, I'm not going to purchase a physical copy of the game. And so I'm just simply rocking the digital version. So getting, the upgrades and DLC, not a big deal for me. But I do understand how a lot of physical edition players out there would be a little bit disappointed. And I feel like it's probably going to hurt the overall sales of this game, since they are not just simply including all of it. But overall, I am excited for the DLC. I will be downloading it. And let me know in the comments down below your thoughts on the new DLC, as well as the outdated physical edition on the literal day that it comes out. Let me know all of your thoughts in the comments down below. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Check my other videos listed up above, and go out there, find a great game to play. Simply have a great rest of the day.